It's on now. I nigga Delta in the back truck. We everywhere with Sierra. It's on now.
Let's talk hoops. Welcome to part 2 of my mini series about free agency. In this episode, we're going to talk about the Central Division in the Eastern Conference. If you're not familiar with those teams, that's the Milwaukee Bucks, that's the Indiana Pacers, Chicago Bulls, Detroit Pistons, and Cleveland Cavaliers. And just like in part 1, we're going to talk about free agency, the unrestricted free agents, the restricted free agents, players who they have bird rights for, players who have the team options on their last year of their contract, and players who have player options on their last contract. And lastly, who I believe each team should pick to fill a void in their team. Now, without further ado, we're going to get straight into it. We're going to start with the Bucks. And for unrestricted free agents, the Bucks got Kyle Korver, Pat Connaughton, and Marvin Williams. For restricted free agents, they got Sterling Brown, Cam Reynolds, and Frank Mason III. And for their bird rights, they got bird rights on Pat Connaughton and Sterling Brown. Now they have player options for Robin Lopez and Wesley Matthews. And you know that is not on a team, that's on a player. So I'm not gonna say what I feel like they should do. I feel like obviously you should chase what your best interest is, which I said in the first episode. If you went to if this is your first time in the league and it's your second contract, you might want to chase the money because that ain't gonna always come. But you also got to think about the championships because that might not also come. So it's really what the player values. But out of the players that doesn't have player options, I believe that the Milwaukee Bucks should keep Pat Connaughton. He's a great guard off the bench, and he does great things for their team chemistry. And I think they should keep Kyle Korver. Obviously, Kyle Korver is a vet, and Kyle Korver gives them three-point shooting, which is a thing that Milwaukee need. They needed some wing scoring, and he give you some of that. Obviously, he isn't his younger self, so he can't give you as much valuable time as he used to, but he can still give you some minutes. So I will keep him. All right, so now let's go into who I believe they should sign. Like I said, I believe Milwaukee needs some wing scoring. We all know that they have their number 2 over there next to Giannis, but I believe they can add more. And to do that, I think they should go after Otto Porter Jr., young kid. He in Chicago. Everybody know Otto Porter Jr. got drafted by Washington. Well, I'm not gonna say everybody, but he got drafted by Washington. Went to Chicago where he kind of blossomed, scoring about 18, almost 19 points a game. And I believe Milwaukee could use that. If they can't get Otto, they can't afford Otto, I think they should try to go after Danilo Gallinari. And the reason being is because Danilo is past the money phase. And when I say that, I mean, he got paid. He got paid in New York. He got paid in a couple other places. And I don't really want to talk too much about people's money, so I'm just leave it at that. His value, what I'm trying to say is his values might be in a championship run now, because he at the age where, like I said, he might feel like he have everything, and he need that to solidify his career. So I believe that could be a mutual partnership that'll be beneficial for both parties, and I think they should make that happen. All right. Now let's go on to the Indiana Pacers. Indiana Pacers unrestricted free agents is Justin Holiday and Jakar Sampson. And the unrestricted free agents is Elise Johnson, Brian Bowen II, and Naz Matrulong. And they have a bird option on Elise Johnson. Elise, if I'm saying your name wrong, I apologize. Justin Holiday has a player option, and that is about it. Now, I believe Indiana needs some help on the wing with Victor Oladipo. He could use some help. And I think Nicholas Batum would come out of Charlotte with some knowledge of where he could be, because he could take money again and be in a bad situation, or he could, take maybe, I don't know how Indiana money work. Like I said, I'm not really here to talk money. I just want to talk situations. Maybe Nicholas could get over there, and I think that'd be great for Indiana to have a vet like Nicholas Batum that could be a 3-and-D guy and help Oladipo over there on the wing. Another player I think will help them over there, if not Nicholas, is Tim Hardaway Jr. Tim Hardaway Jr. is showing that he could be more consistent. He showed that this year with Dallas. They really kind of counted on him and Seth Curry to be that third option in Dallas or second a lot of the times when either Porzingis or Doncic was out. So he stepped up. He showed that he could be in a position where he could give you probably 18 to 20 points a game, and Indiana could use that. So I think they should go after one of those two people. All right, let's move on to Chicago. Chicago don't have any unrestricted free agents, but for restricted, they got Denzel Valentine, Max Strus, Chris Dunn, Shaquille Harrison, Adam Mokaka. And they have bird rights on Chris Dunn and Denzel Valentine, and with a player option on Otto Porter Jr. Now, if I'm Chicago, I am gonna keep Denzel. I didn't put his name up here, but I would try to keep Chris Dunn as well, and obviously I would try to sign Otto Porter Jr. But like I said, it's really up to him on what he want to do with that. If I'm Indiana, I'm trying to keep Justin Holiday as well, which I didn't. I don't believe I mentioned. All right, but I believe Chicago needs some, like the Knicks. They should go after somebody that could lead their team, and in doing so, I believe Fred VanVleet should get an opportunity to show if he could lead a team or not. I think he deserved it. He earned it. He showed us in Toronto what he can do. Like I said in the last episode, if I'm a GM, I don't know if I'm checking for him. As you can see, if you look ahead, I got his name on kind of all of the rest of the teams because I feel like all of them need that leadership at the point. But if they can't get him, I would go after DJ. Well, I would go after Fred VanVleet and DJ Augustine. You know what I mean? And I think Chris Dunn and DJ Augustine, or Chris Dunn and Fred VanVleet would be a pretty decent backcourt in Chicago until you could either figure out what you're going to do with the draft, or if you can make some trades during the season. But during free agency, that's what I would like to see Chicago do. All right, Detroit. They unrestricted free agents for Detroit is Brandon Knight, John Henson, Langston Galloway, Langston Galloway, and Christian Wood. I'm sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. For restricted free agents, it's Thon Maker, Justin Patton, Luis King, and Jordan Bone. For the bird rights, they got bird rights for Brandon Knight, pretty much everybody here, John Henson, Langston Galloway, Thon Maker, and Christian Woods. I do not know how to say that name, but I will give it a shot. They have a team option on Saviva Tosle Mahalako, and Tony Snell has a player option. Now, if I'm Detroit, I'm going to try to keep Christian Woods, John Henson, and Thon Maker. You got to keep your size. You don't let that get away. All right, so I would go after him, keep that. Now, while I think Brandon Knight is a great player, if I could get him at a rate where I could still afford, I'm not going to lie. Detroit got Derrick Rose. If I'm not mistaken, I think I would definitely let Brandon Knight walk. Now, in replace of that, I would go after Fred VanVleet or Chris Dunn, two players that I said Chicago should try to keep. But I think if Detroit could, they should take them. Now, you got to think they're in the same division. It would not only hurt them to get Chris Dunn, but it would make them stronger. So I believe they should do that. And Detroit need that leadership because, like I said, we don't really know what Derrick Rose's future plans is going to be. And he's a little older. That way, well, when you bring one of these two guys in, you get younger at the position. Brandon Knight is a little bit older than these two, I believe, as well. So you get younger at the position. You don't really get a drop off either in skill. You might actually get a boost up in that department and leadership and just keeping the ball. Because Chicago and Detroit been having last year had a problem with keeping the possession of the ball, so they need that over there. The same thing could be said for Cleveland, which is our next topic. Their unrestricted free agents is Tristan Thompson, Matthew Dellavedova, and Ante Zizic. And their restricted free agents is Dean Wade and Matt Mooney, with bird rights to Tristan Thompson, Matthew Dellavedova, and Zizic. And Andre Drummond has a player option. So if I'm Cleveland, obviously you want to go after Andre Drummond, one of your best players, and you want to keep Tristan Thompson to kind of keep the nucleus in the front court together, and obviously Matthew Dellavedova because he showed that he could be a great backup in the league. I don't know if I'm going to try to keep him to start, but he's definitely a great backup. He showed that. If I'm Cleveland, I'm going after Justin Holiday or Fred VanVleet for the reasons I stated a couple of seconds ago. They need a leader in the backcourt, and these two can do that. Like I said about Justin Holiday in the last episode, all three of the Holiday brothers are very, very professional about their work. They're going to come in and get better. He's going to come in and fit in the system perfectly. Cleveland just need toughness and grit, and they need people that know how to win. You already got Tristan over there. You already got Matthew over there. Both of them know how to win. Fred VanVleet coming with his championship experience. With Tristan's championship experience, you got Justin work ethic. Andre Drummond is a hard worker. And I think they could make that work. I'm not saying if they'll win a championship. Obviously, there'll be a few pieces away, but there will be moving forward. And then they got the young guys over there that play the guard positions, Saxton and I forgot number 10's name. I apologize, man. I'll make sure I have his name in my head next time, but the guards over there in Cleveland is good. They just need some veteran leadership, and they need some people to show them the way, because when you come in the NBA, it looks like you could just, it almost feel like, I almost look like kids believe it's like AAU basketball. Like they don't, I'm not even gonna say that. I don't know if the players is mentoring. I know LeBron likes to mentor. I don't know really too much of anybody else mentor. So the game is different, So everybody trying to get the bag. Everybody trying to worry about themselves. So like you need people that is going to make you focus on the game itself. Kind of like when Jimmy Butler went to Miami. The whole organization liked to work. Everybody over there wanted to work. They just needed that player to guide them. With these guys, addition to Cleveland, they find that player. I think they can make some noise in the East. You never know. And the East is not really that great, so that's not really saying much. Now, that's going to be the end of today's episode. As you can see, I got the next section lined up and ready. I don't have anything, so you can wait until episode 3 of the mini series. Until next time, peace and love.
Hey, it's on now. I think that's in control.